All right. Well, welcome back to the Breaker Bros. So today we're going to go over the Bengals 2021 schedule. The opponents, I think, were announced maybe a few months ago, or they were finalized maybe a month or so ago, but the schedule has officially been released. So we're just going to kind of go over it. And I guess I'm going to do my predictions now, and then I guess we're just going to kind of talk about it. So the first thing, just to kind of, when I first looked at the schedule, I noticed, or for what I look at least, is I look at the first half of the season and the second half of the season, and I noticed the first half seems to be a little bit tougher because we have, I guess, one more away game than a home game. However, I think throughout the season, we kind of have a lot of opponents that I feel like we could win or beat. But I also noticed in the second half of the season, we had a lot of more home games, but I feel like we were playing more tougher opponents. So just starting out, the Vikings, it looks like we actually got a home game, which I believe, if I remember correctly, it's prior to last year, because I think last year was the first time we had a home game in like 7 years. So I think they gave us 2 home games in a row to start off the season, which is kind of nice. And I think we kind of match up well against the Vikings. Normally, when I look at matchups, I start with the quarterbacks, and in my opinion, and I could be wrong, I believe it's who's the quarterback for the Vikings? Is it still
You like that?
Yeah. Okay, so I think
Kirk
Cousins, right? Yeah. So I would say Burrows is definitely better than Cousins. I would give him a notch. Of course, hopefully Burrow can start by the beginning of the season. This is just assuming that everyone's healthy.
Let's assume everything works out. Let's assume that it's as we want it to be.
Yeah, so I think just purely looking from having it a home game, quarterback-wise, I think we have the edge. I think they have a pretty solid defense. I think most defenses that we face are going to have a trouble essentially covering all 3 of our receivers, but it's Zimmer, so you know they're going to be tough. But I think, and I'm trying not to be a homer, but I think we actually take the win out of this because I think it's a home game. I think we can play well against the Vikings. And of course, this is all based off of if Joe Burrow is healthy.
Yeah, it feels like a W to me, too, because I remember the Bengals played a home game against the Vikings back when the Bengals weren't very good. It was during Oktoberfest. I just checked the schedule. Oktoberfest is actually during the 19th, but Vikings came for Oktoberfest when Dante Culpepper was the quarterback, and the Bengals smoked them, so let's put down the W.
All right. So the second week, we head to Chicago. And I fully expect Chicago to start Fields. And I've always been a big Dalton supporter. I think he's a solid. I think he's literally like the bar of being an average quarterback to be.
He is the bar. He's Mendoza.
I feel like
Mendoza line for like a baseball player is like batting like 250 or 225 or whatever.
Oh yeah.
So that's Andy Dalton.
Yeah, sure. Because like I think he's like literally the lowest. Because, and then like right above him, I would put like was it
Kirk Cousins?
No, Fitzpatrick. Cousins is not bad. I mean he's he's closer to Dalton than Brady. You know what I'm saying? But like,
yeah, that's what I said too.
Yeah, but nonetheless, I just there's no benefit of starting Dalton. I think Chicago's going to be tough. I think they've always been tough. I think they finally, I don't know, they got really lucky with the draft. I don't think many people really predicted this as far as Chicago getting Fields, I thought it was a really great value, but
well, I mean, just think about you do your quarterback thing again. It doesn't matter, right? Joe Burrow is better than Andy Dalton, right?
Mm-hmm.
And even if Justin Fields is as good as maybe me and you think he might be, it's either going to be his first or second start in the NFL. So I would pick Joe Burrow over, second start at best, Justin Fields.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, it's either a shootout or like Andy Dalton dunk fest, right?
Yeah. I feel like we should match up well. Like I said, I feel like they're gonna have a pretty strong defense, per the usual. There's going to be growing pains if Fields is playing, but I heard speculation is that they say start Dalton until basically he has trouble, then you can just implement Fields. However, I don't know. I feel like you give him that experience right away. That way, hopefully, you can build momentum. He learns early, and then if you get momentum throughout the season and finish well, heading into the playoffs, you could potentially win a playoff game or get into the playoffs. But yeah, I think we can win this. I think that's all
right. 2-0, man.
And keep in mind, most of these games they're not even prime time. So that's when we play the best. So when there's no like expectations. Now the Steelers. It's going to be in Pittsburgh, which is always tough. It's the Steelers.
This will be week 3, so Ben Roethlisberger probably won't be hurt yet.
Yeah, no, like even when I think the Steelers are not going to be good, they are always competitive. I would actually take Joe Burrow over Ben Roethlisberger, but I think that. But I think what he has over Burrow is obviously experience, and he just knows how to win and win championships. But I feel like you kind of have to give it to the Steelers, right? As much as I don't want to. I mean, it's early in the season. I feel like this is probably the time where
we'll get them in the second half, right?
Well, I mean, we'll see. We'll see how the season plays out.
We'll see how it goes. But I agree. I see 2-1. I think that looks good.
All right. Jacksonville. So this is another interesting one, and that was another thing I noticed throughout the season is that we have a lot of great QB matchups. I mean, I thought at the very least down here we would get like a primetime game, but I guess it could be flexed into a primetime game. It's possible. It could matter, but we'll see.
What was the star though? Isn't the star mean that it's a Thursday night game?
Yeah, but that's kind of like,
it's a star next to the.
Yeah. So
next to the 9:30.
Technically, that's a primetime game, but I don't really consider Thursday night games a primetime game.
You don't consider Thursday night primetime?
No, that is like.
Well, Andy Dalton considers Thursday night primetime.
Whatever. I mean, sure. Sure. That's like, yeah, it's
Thursday night game. I say primetime, and I say we smoke them. Home game versus the Jaguars. No chance, man.
Yeah. This
is gonna be Urban Meyer's 4th game as an NFL head coach. I mean, that guy's used to coaching where like the worst player on his team is better than the best player on the other team. This is the NFL. I think Joe Burrow shows him what's up.
No, I agree. I think there's a big learning curve in the NFL, and it's basically new head coach, new quarterback, a lot of young pieces. So yeah, I think we get the win. Mm-hmm. And I think Burrow will want to prove something. That's why I would take Burrow over Lawrence, because like Lawrence at the end of the day, if you're just looking at like athletic qualities or whatever, he's probably gonna have a bigger arm. He's probably gonna be faster, taller, whatever. But I just think what separates him and Burrow is that he just wants to win. Burrow, I think it just means more. if that makes sense. So, with Green Bay, this is with the stipulation that, until we hear anything differently, which I haven't really heard any real like updates, I expect Rodgers to be there. I know it's a home game, and actually, surprisingly, I feel like we do pretty well against Green Bay. However,
well, no, I don't expect Rodgers to be there. It's going to be Jordan Love throwing to Amon-Ra St. Brown and like St. Germain, or Devontae Adams is talking about he's not going to play either.
Well, I didn't hear that. So that's
he's like.
But realistically, it's still a good team. Even if
no
but
way,
hear me out.
They are a one-player team, man.
This is what I feel like. I feel like Rodgers has a pretty good potential to either land with Raiders. They were even talking about Broncos. My expectation is we're eventually going to play Rodgers. Like I feel like one of these teams that we play, we're going to play Rodgers. So whenever that is, that's why like I'm okay. Like I'm not okay, but I just feel like realistically, we're probably going to take an L right here.
By like 5 touchdowns, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'll feel good if Rodgers is not playing, but if Rodgers,
he's not going to play for Green Bay.
Listen, we don't know that though. From what I heard, Green Bay offered him the biggest contract. So like, well, I feel like whenever they make that official, maybe we could do an update. But I'm just gonna.
I don't know, man.
I'm saying, like I feel really good about the Raiders. I feel really good about the Broncos. I feel like actually the Broncos, because
you're gonna say Aaron Rodgers plays for the Packers, so we won't put him on the Broncos or the Raiders later in the year.
I mean, if it happens, we'll revisit. But I have a pretty good feeling we're eventually going to play Rodgers, whether it's not at Green Bay. I even heard it would suck, but I mean Browns. I don't know, but Broncos actually makes a lot of sense. But Raiders,
there's no way. I mean, the Browns would love to have Aaron Rodgers, but there's no way the Packers want Baker Mayfield. I mean, they got Jordan Love, right? All right, let's move on.
This should be.
This is like the grudge match, right?
Right, yeah. Everyone should circle
Jamar
this
Chase
match.
v. Sewell, right?
Exactly.
This is the biggest game of the draft, right? This has the most implications.
We should circle that date. That's the most important one. But I mean, yeah, we should win that one. I mean, I just feel like I don't think there's any easy victory in the NFL.
Jared Goff is going to have an extra second to throw, but it won't matter because he has nobody to throw to.
All right, put that dub up there.
That's a W.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll see, but I feel like we need to do a special on this one.
Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do a Breaker Broz special on the Sewell v. Chase, like the breakdown of the game.
Okay, Ravens. And it's in Baltimore.
I don't want to talk about this. This is depressing. Just put down the L. Let's move on.
I mean, I took like a pretty good in-depth look at everyone's roster.
Well, do you disagree with the L? I mean,
no. Because I mean, realistically, some of these are going to be. I mean, there's no realistically. I mean, come on, we're not going to win like all. I mean, I feel like there's going to be a few letdowns. There's going to be a few surprises.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel pretty comfortable with the direction that we're going right now. So, it's going to be the first game in Baltimore. They're going to be amped up. It's it is a tough division. We're going to learn a lot from it. But we don't have to spend too much time on there. And then of course the Jets. To me, another interesting quarterback matchup because of course we have another.
It's interesting, but I mean, this is what week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is week 8. I feel like by week 8, everybody's going to realize that the Jets made a terrible mistake, and they should have picked Justin Fields at number 2. So That's just my opinion. What do you see? What do you see? Win or loss?
Well, I mean, I feel like it should be a win, but I could see it could also be like, well, I mean, if we take a loss here, then I feel like this is
It's
gonna make
May. It's May, man. Pencil in the win.
I feel pretty good about this. We'll do the W. Now this is gonna be an interesting game. This is gonna be we're gonna build momentum from this week going into the Browns week. This one's gonna be extra special because we've already taken a loss in Pittsburgh and in Baltimore, so that we know how important this win is because we got to get a win.
Yeah.
In the AFC North.
Yeah, get that win heading into the bye week.
Yep.
Is that what you're seeing?
We have to like this,
like a shootout, right? It's gonna be like it's gonna be bet the over kind of game.
In terms of record, we don't have to win here, but in terms of like division and making a statement, I think again that's why I think of Burrow. I think that's what makes him special. I think he's gonna make sure that the team knows how special it is.
Yeah.
So
Jamar Chase is gonna have like 3 touchdowns, and Baker Mayfield is gonna be sad.
Yeah. So all right. So Raiders, another away game.
Right, so I already talked to the wife about going to Vegas. We talked about this, so we need to book our tickets.
Well, we'll see. I just don't know. Like if the season already goes to hell, I'm not sure if I really want to go to Vegas. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
I'm sure we'll do something, but Vegas.
Okay, so the Raiders play the Chiefs. Primetime game. Sunday night game the week before. Bengals coming off of a bye.
They usually do pretty bad off of a bye. I feel like there's going to be a letdown. Like at some point, there's got to be a team where like we're like overly confident, right? I mean, we should beat the Raiders. We really should. There's no reason why we shouldn't.
Yeah, why not?
But I know it's not logical, but I'm going to put an L.
All right, that's fair.
I'm going to put an L because like at some point there's going to be a loss that just does not make sense, and I feel like the Raiders
We're gonna spend all that money to go to Vegas, all that money on a ticket. And then
that probably is even more reason why I would give us an L. I'm literally a jinx. Every time I travel to go see the Bengals, they lose. Like I've been to every playoff game, literally.
Yeah, but those were against the Houston Texans. So and this is not a playoff game.
So hear me out.
All right, whoa, back up. So you say every game you go to they lose, so that means you're going. So we're going.
Potentially, we'll see. I'm just saying that's even more reason why they would lose. But anyways.
Yeah. Where's the stadium? It's like right across the street from one of the hotels. Like it's not the Wynn, is it? I think it might be near the Wynn, right?
Yeah, I have no idea. But we'll look into it.
All right, we'll do a special Vegas episode if we.
But here we go. It's later in the season. I think this is where we get our revenge back.
Yeah.
So I especially after we lost to the freaking Raiders, everyone's gonna be like, "Oh,
Thanksgiving."
Yeah.
Ben Roethlisberger's gonna be hurt.
Yeah, I fully expect him to be retired by then, or like no, seriously, like I just don't.
He's totally gonna have like that helmet headset in his ear, like wearing like a hoodie on the sideline.
I literally think he's just in it for the money right now. Like he's just waiting for that one big injury, and then but yeah, that's why I feel like I feel good about this win because this is going to be an embarrassment. We do shitty off of bye weeks for whatever reason, and it's a statement game.
Okay.
And then we get Herbert the very next week.
Revenge game, right? Revenge.
Yeah, so I feel like
the Bengals lost to the Chargers on that fake pass interference on AJ Green, right? We lost week 1,
but
2020.
So I feel like again, It's going to be that
Rashawn
Herbert.
Slater has too short of arms to play tackle. We smoke him, right?
Yeah, I mean, it goes back to Joe Burrow's competitiveness, and I think he's going to want comeback player of the year, and I think he's going to prove that he should have won the rookie of the year last year, and he would have if he stayed healthy, in my opinion.
Okay. All right. So where's the Super Bowl this year? Maybe I should book that too.
Is it in Vegas? No.
Is it? Maybe I should get a condo.
There you go. But San Francisco, I think this is going to be a tough game. I think if they're healthy, and I think by then Trey Lance is going to be fully implemented into the offense.
In Los Angeles.
Oh, the Super Bowl?
Yeah, Los Angeles.
Yeah, so
hey, speaking of which, Super Bowl.
Well, I'm gonna say we take a loss here.
49ers always seem to have our number, man.
Yeah.
Anytime, they always beat us, man.
And I do think Trey Lance is going to be a fantastic quarterback. I'm not going to say he's potentially going to be the one that beats us, but I mean he's just going to make that offense even more dynamic. And I feel like late in the year, that's when he's going to be really in his groove. And
you think Trey Lance is a starter by December 12th?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Right. Okay.
That's why, like, I feel like now. Well, I mean, we'll see. Yeah. I feel like, but then we head into Denver. It's gonna be a cold game. That could be rough.
All right. So Aaron Rodgers is still on the Packers.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible that Aaron Rodgers beats us with the Packers and then they trade him and then we have to play him with the Broncos?
Yeah. Actually, in this scenario, we're gonna do that, and that's why I think we take the loss.
Oh man, that sucks.
No, I'm just kidding. No.
Okay.
I feel like matchup wise, we will win.
Yeah.
Yep. I
think so because they don't have a quarterback. So.
Well, and I think at that point,
if like last year, they literally played with like a wide receiver. They put him at quarterback.
Well, and you better believe that they're gonna tank if at this point of the year if they don't. There's no incentive to win because at that point they will for sure get a quarterback if they can't. But something tells me they might be in the hunting or in the running for Rodgers because I kept on thinking like, why wouldn't they take Fields? There's no way any rational person doesn't think Fields is not better than Locke, or like why wouldn't?
I think even Drew Locke's mom knows that. Aaron Rodgers is better than Drew Lock.
Yeah. So, but Baltimore. So this is gonna be interesting. It's
look
a home
at those
game.
last 3 games, man. That's
rough. We could definitely take
the schedule looks pretty good, and then you get to the last 3 weeks, and you're like, wow, that is not good.
Yeah, but we're beating the Ravens. This is a statement game.
All right. Okay. Make your statement.
This is
your
a game.
statement.
This is a game where people know that the Bengals are for real.
Bengals are for real. Okay, I like it.
So just remember that date. All right. So
December 26th. Yeah, I remember it. That's when you return all the stuff you don't want from Christmas.
Right. And then Chiefs is just going to be a reality check. So I'm gonna put an L right there.
I say on
I think
this
it'll be
game,
entertaining though.
Bet the over. This is gonna be like I don't think it's. I think the Chiefs win because they're a much better team overall. But I think the Bengals are gonna score some points.
Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game, but I think they're just gonna. It's gonna at this point. I feel like it's gonna mean more for Kansas City because they'll probably be closer to the number 1 seed than what we will be. But interesting enough, I this may be an unpopular opinion, but I think we will actually take an L here if everything goes out the way the schedule is playing out. Because I mean, I honestly I haven't did the math yet, but I did do this on purpose because I do feel like we will go 3-3 in the division. However you cut it, right? So I feel like. I feel pretty good about this, even though this looks kind of like a McDonald's menu.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Lots of cheeseburgers.
no, just the color.
Yeah, I think if you flip it upside down, it would look McDonald's.
Yeah. But
'Cause
anyways,
the W's look like the arches.
well, hold on,
I
let's
mean,
see.
hopefully they don't make a copyright or trademark claim on our video here on YouTube's.
This is actually Whack Arnold's, or whatever they call it.
Whack Arnold's.
Yeah.
Yeah. McDowell's.
Yeah. Let's see. All right. Let's see what the record is. See, 1, 2.
That's not the McDonald's
3,
people, is it?
4.
Hey, have you seen
5,
Coming to
6,
America too?
7.
I still need
8,
to see that.
9, 10. Wow.
10 and 6.
No, it'd be 10 and 7. There's 17 games.
What?
What do you mean? What? Hold on. Let's count that. Hold on. That's 10.
I didn't count all the games. I just counted the wins. So I don't know.
Okay. Well, 10. Let's count the losses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. See, 10 and 7.
10 and 7.
Now 10 and 7. I would imagine that should be a lock for the playoffs. That's why I could also see that for.
One. It's gonna be like wild card, right? Because 10 wins in a 16 game schedule doesn't guarantee playoffs. So I think in a 17 game schedule, it's gonna be close.
Wow, I just realized you can't even see it. Here, hold on.
I like the wild card though because wild card teams, they get hot.
This is actually it's probably a hot take right here, that record, but I mean it's possible, maybe not.
No, I mean it's close.
I mean this could potentially be a loss.
No, let's not be negative. 10 and 7, baby.
It's a lock.
I mean, really, I like I said, I think we win that Vegas game.
Yeah. No, I just I think we win it, but again, there's always that game where you're just like, what happened? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and that feels like Raiders because it's like maybe we're feeling the momentum. It's like that trap game. It's Vegas. They'll be hanging out with the Breaker Broz before the game, and we distracted them.
Yeah, maybe we should have not said that we're going to Vegas because that's probably going to be a distraction for the team.
Yep.
They would have been fine in Vegas but then they knew that the Breaker Broz were coming, and they're like, wait a minute, we're going to go party.
Exactly.
We're gonna eat some shrimps with the Breaker Broz. They're all gonna be bloated. All that salt from cheap fried shrimp at the buffet. It's gonna be tough.